if there's any group of people on this planet called Earth, I'll move it truly for a whack line and a whack bar. Sack Nation, you don't have the moral right to do that. So he's limited. I understand and I feel his frustration.
You feel sarkodie is frustrated?
I'm telling you on all authority that sarkodie is frustrated and he knows it. What is a sarkodie rapo in brofwa? Nka Kendrick Lamar money ade nko mutipeno. He's lyrically dope like them, but they don't understand what he's saying. Don't use your pre-existing idea be a word says slim the only stone intino. Stone so ne sarkodie nye free intino. And you're definitely slim time sarkodie. You are mad if you think on those lines.
You don't know these streets like we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watching. This is our editorial. My name is DJ Slim. I have Listo Mensa up in the building. Listo, Bibiaboko. Bibiada Dean. Matrix Gym. And there's some who inside or yard. And yes, say, my issue one in be said, Oba, yes, she shed Nadiana and our Sasha Chef for Fraka home. Motivation. I'm so open in tema bodo to was.
We win that year.
Jimmy Penny for the say.
We now would throw.
Obviously, I would try. Why? We be any. I would drink a cracker. Well, Metris Jimmy, official fitness partner for Street is Watching. Of course, my bet.africa. Unya cha.
Ubedi.
Oh, weekend. Unya dinswa.
Yebetua.
Aha. Till look sharp. See a comment section. No. Ye loadu ye. 2 links. One said the best to me as subscribers. So my bet platform so as link no. Second one, Edo back your Telegram group no.
Yeah.
I want a black market engineering in akoso.
They us name bibia.
Every single day ma us e wo until brabe join the Telegram group ni sisi ne nya us no na be kan busu akese no. E wo comment section ho. Nala use reference code no SIWGH. Street is Watching Ghana. Say the beya benya $20 reward on all your transactions. Yeah. Now, unya download do app na link in the comment section. Unya download do we use reference what did come out 20 no.
Yeah. Before I be use crack.
Before I be use app no.
Yeah, but I was saying Nala for edio money so share Canada. Many information is Canada for so
a hot zone.
Almost super so mu here na mu timi dey send this card down.
Okay.
Also mo fast.
No mu bi
ho. Say na amount for app no also mutumi tro mashirem ko France ko we say abani anyina Ghana for
ye adwuma
ti also mutumi make sure so mo de exactly
okay now lampanyu for we dey esremo am local territories bebre my na fi bibia nkoso in a more professional digital way and atenase in a more professional and digital abra Listo Mensa ene dom enra Omutigumu ewo ntenta fidie no so. Me hu said niam bi koso.
Yeah. A class amount for consensus. Very very important to your industry player watch your industry name. And amount for especially a sack nation for I believe say oni omo atna bia omani enye den. Enje hu.
Okay.
Inti amen ne u preach certain gospel bia
omon pese omatiase
omon pese omede ombeji atum kra on pese omochire say na even it's not even about criticism say be all criticize e be attack they are saying say pure insult one of the videos are publish here me hu ye say o friend say why frustrated that was 7 years ago we say why frustrated and that was a time 7 years ago,
2019.
Yeah, 2019, thereabout.
Yeah.
That was a time so Ubi Abeja to me say na sack.
Lifting season.
Yeah, ni peak.
Okay.
Also no I frustrated. Again,
me person hear video.
Okay, yes, you hear video.
Me say hear video na me address it. Na fi ye the fofra ba na say dey ya embubom.
Yeah, because we issues near there.
Edoso.
Anu hunwini de na wo ho.
Abotre ye be ko ho.
Aha.
Arefo mo me hear video na Listo ene sack nation. Say shatter sack.
Yeah, shatter sack.
Kano. Yeah, niembra. Move to say the hotel krom kasa no. What you say? So he's limited. I understand and I feel his frustration.
You feel sarkodie is frustrated?
I'm telling you on all authority that sarkodie is frustrated and he knows it. ono ankasa no.
Why would you?
Mami intro the intia. Because the numbers no enko. Numbers no enko. Anything a man twisi ga no. Welcome back. Pacho me my address.
Yes, we bet my address.
Okay. You were right. So can say video na here 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Relatively 6-7 years. 6 getting to 7. Yeah, if my memory serves me right. This is Radio 1 Ds. And Radio 1, quick background, urban radio station under Angel Broadcasting Network. I mean, I'm as the general manager. Now, on that particular day, asamani and command do radio no so. Unim say medical can say we live in an era of misinformation. And obi wa agenda opeso pushi inti no. Obekwa akofa video no part bi no watwa no de ayede. No de aba no de abesutu ono ne narrative a ebeboa no. So the conversation on the show for the culture see na enim ya show ni din your friend for the culture. Now that day, I think now I feel me too quiet my so portfolio ne host two show no, and I sat in as a pundit, and we're looking at rap music in general.
Okay.
To rap music now we got to a point of a year breaking international barriers with rap music. So we started a whole series with music. Music in general and near Ghanaian music, how is a bit Mako international, near my bang, and away artists not all baswa. I also want to kick out craft and who said a bay a bit me on local certain territories. And yen a twat dream is our dream back for to be a wide in sin, being so dear day, a babe twasso. So we're all sharing knowledge. And I shared that the idea or the notion that language, music is a language, to me is wrong. Music is not a language. Music is a language-like format. But in itself, it's not a language. Language is a language. And it's a kasa. Me catch listo. Sorry, niyanko animuha. Utemase.
Yeah.
But me bo melodies bia. Sound tiasi. Exactly. So language is definite. It is absolute.
Yeah.
You can't assume around language. It applies to rhythmic African poetry. That is rap. Rap, for you to even appreciate it, you need to understand what the person is saying. And any form of music, whether singing, melodies, na movie, Jerusalem, we did not understand it. But because it wasn't rap music, it was melodies. We felt it and then we grooved to it.
Yeah.
All the songs that people will give you examples around, say enuntino, they feel that, oh, you can use any other language and still go international. Most of them are your melodies. But with rap, it has to be language. Like, it was so nipanetiasi and son, I appreciate it. Give me one rap song. I Ghana for antiasi, but a bit blue. Give me one.
No.
Exactly. Yeah. So there is limitation to what Sarkodie is doing because he raps predominantly in the local language. So there's a limitation. So I understand his frustration when people are saying, say, he taps into others for him to get crossover.
Okay.
And that was the conversation. Say, so for a rapper, you will need to tap into singers who can cross you over into certain territories. That was the conversation. So I understand his frustration. Say, I'm focus. I don't know what happened to. You've not done one kasa
yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
He is a person we nipa. Obevili say na de mi ye nyina achi. Yes, the ye nyina achi. Still people will have issues with that because you are limited by the craft that you are doing. Enti me explode. What you say Sarkodie rap in brofo nka friend say Kendrick Lamar money ade nko mutipe. He's lyrically dope like them. But they don't understand what he's saying. And on one kasa, wajitum. There's one song I would say if people would understand me by like in my language, and I say on only language, if people would understand and someone can be very beautiful. He knows.
Okay.
So
they are saying say
Because the numbers for his international numbers are not going, they are not growing.
Yes, you said
He's
that.
still appealing to Ghanaians abroad.
Yeah.
Me boy, check the records. Even his recent shows. Pacho, enya Ghanaians living abroad and a call,
You see,
predominantly.
They are also saying, say, or the local tree rap yako GBT.
Nsabi na pacho na category ni yeden.
I was saying international day, of course.
Exactly.
International day, international. The fact say,
exactly.
What to me the tree rap, to me a duho, or the tree rap, any or to me any Nigerian for aye music, or to me any the no so baby the statue amano. Eswood or then aye beautiful song, or South African artist like. He's that guy.
He's doing
what to me the tree, to me the other.
No
but still, if you still say
no.
On international.
No, Pacho.
What does international not mean?
Okay, so let me break it down.
How you are.
So let me break it down.
Because what to me they are BET.
Mami nchiremu ye said be a man for betiase. So with going international, there is the Burna Boy Davido Whiskey type of international, where they appeal to the local audience. They also appeal to Nigerians abroad. They also appeal to foreigners.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yes.
And that is the international that I am stating in my submission.
Okay.
Crossing over to meet the foreign market, not Ghanaians living abroad, not Africans living abroad, but the foreign market in general. So the Hispanics are liking your music. The Indians are liking your music. This is the kid drop touch it. Touch it cross ya kura India for a chat shows how was he able to do that? Because he was singing, he was using melodies, and most of the song predominantly was in English. So they could understand, and at a certain level they had a communication bond. So what
so the conversation say music doesn't know language.
Debbie, no, it's wrong.
Wrong.
You're wrong.
In a context, say, rap here.
In the context of rap music, appreciation of rap music is based on understanding of the lyrics.
Okay, so now, Bisubeka say, if that is the case, then we know a artist for Morgan. I'm rapping in English. International corona, they are not almost boy.
Thank you.
So there will be a manifest. Or be in terms of intelligence,
baby,
the craft ankasa so something I was say appeal to this international people here where they can. But
so there are a lot of moving
struggling in Ghana market and international way.
Okay, so there are a lot of moving parts. But before I get to that, in still answering the first one, my example, say international Ben America. Burna Boy will be nominated in certain categories in even BET. And I say Whiskey, the categories we hold within the shame, not just international. What I say? Because at that point, I can't part of their scheme. What I say? Yet to say Ghana higher music awards, I be a Davido one why will be nominated in best international. Now as I call them, it say a hope. But squad ni BT at Mayama, even the Grammys, they are nominating Burna Boy in certain categories, not just international side.
What you say? Africa.
Exactly, because they understand what he is saying in his songs. So music, like they said the American, music is a language-like format. Music is not a language. That is where I'm coming from, and with my definition. Now to come to some manifest example, I will state here. I'm saying that there are a lot of moving parts. The eagerness and the hunger that the artist used to drive his music is a core part of Adiano.
Okay.
And Sarkodie has been hungry from day one. From day one, he always wants to outdo himself. And that has everything to do with the battle rapper that is already in him. And he is never resting. Even times are of maybe close to a year, then on drop he might probably be writing, doing a lot of writing, and then researching on other ways to come back refreshing for the audience. So he is not that type of artist. But you also check the trajectory of certain artists who are rapping in English, and you wonder how they push or how they drive their music. I'm not saying they are not doing it, but they are not. I can say they've not done enough. You get it? So he is doing enough.
You are looking at
but a limitation of the language.
Sack pushing now or pushy with tree rap.
Yes.
Say a manifest. Say manifest. Pushy ne English with how a sack use energy the pushy tree now. I go bet my enter.
What it baby? And only
well.
Patrol, what's you say?
Yeah, immediately you see at this stage,
Shatasak.
Yes. You're taking offense. So the word
frustration.
The word frustration now we use.
Okay, so there was a part of it.
Say, maybe it was too harsh to the context now because there is a lot of positive in what you are saying, right? Say, okay, this is rap. This is the research you've done because you see South African rappers are. When they get to that level, because of maybe, say almost rapping a man for the one and the etias anything, and you get some form of appreciation. But if say maybe I'm getting this advice now, at the end of the day, you say I'm frustrated. I say okay. So video ni yes. I said I understand his frustration.
And
at what point?
Okay,
so sack frustrated. Is it that pushy and our brother no person they rapping Emma? It's for that matter. Why frustrated and at what point?
So may you sue Niama Mienu in analyzing this. May funnel from a very very layman perspective. Say my creative BB to say Abudiaba. And I know that Abu Diabana I'm created or the door that I've created is of international quality and standard. But because of material used in creating it in internal, me the qua standard for international standard for no person too. But here talk my DNA wa hasi me the qua Ghana for no so pe or talk. But some marketing can me cross over and I want to step into another zone. And come be feely at the end. Said I will unlock certain numbers. If you are not getting there, definitely, if you are a producer, and in the case of a creative, I understand because I'm also a creative.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
There's a reason why we be a channel where we're a country, because we know that we will be limited.
Yeah.
But in our limitation, we want to appeal to only that market.
Okay.
On the day I bet that near. Listen to what the brofo.
Yeah.
But the day I bet that near because we want to unlock the next market. Many sure say a medium of communication.
Yeah.
We'll definitely change it. Exactly. So I understand it as a creative. When you are pushing and you believe in it so much, say to me try. I understand it. Two, right? I've covered events. Sarkodie, Ako performing. Now there are certain footages that me cover me imagine say me ma out to that. Why? Because I understand the meaning and how people will use it against the artist. Meaning, Samanphobi said
you have videos. I wait to media hoodie sack by the scrotum.
And yes, I'm not holding Sako. Sako has not done me in.
Okay.
Sako, the meaning problem. This is a fan base. Me reacting to a fan base conversation. Some of the Kotoa say the relationship that exists between me and Sarkodie goes back as a 2005. I knew Sark before I knew Yapono. And people know my relationship with Pono. So if I tell you I knew Sark before Yapono, you should ring a bell. And Ubusa artists now, I want the Sark Nation people to ask the artists themselves. Nearby Chroma see a best start a podcast. Sarkodie imposed 2 years. MIA shout outs.
Oh no, I also believe it say. You know, the facts say be a unim no so no. As what take advantage.
It is not that. It is not that. To them, to the Sark Nation, no, to Sark Nation, they will see him as yes, our boss, God. To me, I see him as a brother because you don't know the type of relationship that exists between me and the team around him. You unim.
Yeah.
The same way, in one sentence, in one breath, I sat down to break down Sarkodie's song. If he drops a whack bar, I will say this is a whack bar. I can say that. And you believe it. Sark Nation can't say it. You know that they can't say it.
omo ye fam.
That is the difference between me and them. So mo de ne yahoo ya.
It is
me de no ya me ni asem ne.
It is also important.
I will tell them in the face.
They fans ne so omo consent is so important. You cannot deny that.
Sentina me So why am I
so they are saying say okay, they accept say like yes, you are entertainment critic. Obetima criticize omo president,
yes.
You know? But they are saying that some of the languages are we use, you know.
Okay.
More of disrespect than what? Criticism.
Okay. So
maybe I say the language we need the frustration, what you mean. Then there is another point. The best way the shame.
No problem.
To the extent say, what say sack the reaching diminishing returns. In economics, say because will be reaching diminishing returns. Just say when we pick what banner
on a fixed input.
Yes, what I say. How you add variable,
marginally you are
yes. Not. I feel what pim. Now the other variable way that means you are getting what into all losses. It's a business, you hit your optimal point, then you make sure that you maintain. Open say sack na o jane na so longevity in terms of rap game. I will make sure say or your dynamic way skillful player or to me a dalago to me you so a way where you know ship dealer or to me dalago to me fit in at the ma a other way near there
yes
at that young gisner banner there to me fit in what's the what rich a diminishing returns
okay me pacho me pese obia fan phone na fi yes adi way Boshim Google, the law
of diminishing returns.
Nafi, peso okaya. Because me person me can't definition a woman me too. Until I want us to go by. Nafi apply that to what we've seen. Because when we say somebody is diminishing in returns, it doesn't necessarily mean say wabo for more and I say
marginal diminishing returns.
Exactly. So the other come any the nke was said didn't go through no and then and truly speaking, Sarkodie has done a lot in his career. Whole lot in his career. Now I got to a point. Say or the baby for frokan who be ma dada na boys no dada na they are not amazed anymore. Why are they not amazed?
And yet you see, and yet maybe a section of people are ABR because your uncle Fobi they've never been sack fan.
Okay.
And unim say sack so opponent to industry name. Right? Omono, obviously, no matter what sack will do, they will have objection to it. And yet omo take. And I won't know what far would they would they make you would they form me this conclusion say because of that you know dada almost say dada na but dada na so they be also in terms of be artists maybe say the age made for everywhere no more or boom all the time in terms of numbers
what I say you see the proper definition of marginal returns. That is where you understand it all. See and you see that now a show trim say diminishing. That
is what they are saying. They are looking at literally because the moment you can say you are diminishing.
That is an economic term.
Yes, economic term.
Tells you that on a fixed input, if you add variable
you be adding it, you hit the optimal
level. If you the expected marginal increment doesn't occur. What you say?
Yes.
Why hit that topmost level? Work in production. You find say asasi when you be a bro 30 was what? When we are 30 now, face say a drew ni peak. You can't even add more to it. But you want to add more and expect and kabit make kabibri. But still exactly.
Yes.
So when it gets to that level, you are not actually reducing in it may be say reducing in output, but the expected marginal increment
okay.
Sarkodie hit to the topmost level of being a BET award winner. Our international awards on they are uncountable. But it drew on what next? What next?
And that is the explanation.
I'm asking. What next?
They well, I think say I will leave it to them to
so
accept.
That is why I'm asking. So the emotion baby, and I understand it. A fan talk. Fan talk. So they don't. On the business side, they might not understand some of these things. I'll look the artist in the face and tell you. I'll look an artist in the face and tell you that listen, baby, this is what I see is happening to your brand, because Nyankopon kura dru baby busa nesuafo say na muhu me saying.
Yeah.
What didn't say identity no busa.
He wanted to know their opinion on him.
That is somebody who knows yet even the number of hair on our head.
Yeah.
Still no busa. So if somebody is giving a feedback of how he sees it, this is how I see it. Maybe you don't see it that way. You can also come in and say, you don't see it that way.
Okay.
But I will give you data to back what I'm saying. And then I'm a day man here say, the guy has reached optimal level. He does a feature, or feature Idris Elba. Bro, Idris Elba near can
big.
To me, dream. It is not even one of his classic songs. Joe, Sarkodie near can answer me. I don't know if you guys understand it from where I'm coming from.
No, you see,
he has done amazing features.
Believe he said, look, he's putting in the work. You see,
we're through that level.
He's putting in
we're through that level that it was saying Kabibi Kana. You should see a marginal increment proportionate to Adieno. And I think I am seeing that maybe in recent time. In the shows, international shows, in recent time. But these things that we are talking about, it's 7 years ago.
Okay, maybe
7 years ago, footage Marco Faba.
Yes.
So let's situate it 7 years ago. What he was doing.
They feel that you've been an hater because now, the reason why Marco Faba say there are still elements of Onyema bi awoya omo believe say because of that
because Makase.
Yes, because now they feel say okay. Now the three S. The three big S. My for big na here the encounter. Because Sheriff for Sheriff nyanka yet. The three big S.
Me dey okahoma me dey.
Automatic obo machi. E be kakra. Ase Ronaldo, Messi, then Neymar. What I say? I said there is that rivalry between a year or more train. Because Nancy ni ababenya shatasak. Esta team maybe in terms of say and as I bed and as I there is a bit rivalry there. I say a banner say a fa stone one a some style where the cano o polish no we in the camera o position is I say I say okay we the end there you okay but sack the end there you expect huge thing from sack.
Okay.
And to the extent say the excuses are odema a year stone and a aboy no. You don't make those excuses for a year aboy. You actually defend.
Okay.
And almost like example say a year Albert Hall.
Royal Albert Hall show no.
They were expecting you to say wa born homodin.
But only for
now next time no we are hoping say obey bigger auditorium. So what I say, not just say increase and ye kwa say ye. But Stone, any day ya. Amount for believe per se.
The
12,500 nipa be kwa to so no. I feel all the terms
and conditions apply.
I want that entertainment yesin. I feel the production kills but now say preventive we no say event.
Acoustic.
I feel that almost say all the terms here then. But vocabs are almost TB just to make Aboy show very nice.
No problem.
But you don't do that. Okay. And again, after Stone show Sack I could posting a video. All of a sudden,
me before I be call me person me boy dey way na producers mo me hwese a video way na fiembra.
Sarkodie was my senior in SHS, you know that, right? Yeah, he was my senior still, so everything senior days I was a man. Bless you. It's the end of your man now. Okay, sorry.
But was it there?
Or say Sarkodie ni senior. Meba.
SHS.
Mama show.
And say me senior
in the music industry too.
Still.
Meba. Okay. Mama fa we ni.
Case closed.
Now, almost say I said the way I wo ye den wo kon. Omo dwon ho amonye de omo nte wase na wa hit on Saka posti ni video. Video no posti ye no. Ebi mo small account for do no ka fan base level there.
Ke fan base in common.
A level. Omo who say no key industry player. All of a sudden
can be.
What be can be na kana wo kana person o say you are what trying to what draw an agenda.
Okay.
From that video, now akwa say you are inciting the other fan base against SAC. Ni nyina no the corroborate point say from 7 years ago till today no there are element of your actions I believe say Emma say you what you and pa na one person ka yes. Okay. This is what the allegations are.
Okay.
Against you. And media, Oma Chem say, was me force ma will apologize.
Okay.
Against SAC say, what the SAC and you to firm check.
Okay.
And what woman and your recent position on, and you see, and they are also saying, say, okay, you are holding SAC to the fire. Just say, push you. You are holding shutter to the fire. But a baston quad, me
holding
to be near the NS and say, a personal hate.
Okay.
And they demand an unqualified apology and ensure say you desist from Sanyaman. Okay. Miss me last question, man. Said then a sack be ye.
Okay.
I be ma afido obeka say okay. Now sack you brutal.
Okay. Say me use 99% ki ekono 1
to the me dey ato na what so address na come.
First one now okay about posting.
Yes.
Me pesa man for her exactly what I posted because me who say obi na posting.
Yeah.
And we live in an era once again of misinformation. And nipa kron posting, or say it is not funny. What sarkodie posted is not funny. The person may be a person living with disability.
Okay.
And who said the sarkodie posting and funny. So I really wanted to verify. Say sarkodie ni post to yampa. Okay. Because amanfobe to me the AI no
yeah.
That is why I said I want to go and verify. As to say, me what I didn't do with me trim send the post no for obi ana enye for obi no. Me keyboard ye letters ni being free so. In commit my trust are you referring to Stonebwoy with this? Met my trust.
Yeah.
Mean sro kwesi usu number 1. Yes, I do not fear him. I do not fear the fan base. I do not fear anybody except God.
Okay.
In commit my trust. But that is not my intention.
Okay.
Me person me who I say I am person opposed to here in the first place, and then further engage the person to find out why. And also cause it is not funny. Because when you base in here, me ko busa na say den. Maybe ono kra no ono na create ade de ato and also swear. Now if you ko busa wie na fi why long sarkodie post to hwe.
Okay.
Unim say e kire na me who say there is an agenda among for feel say or that post was meant for Stonebwoy.
Yes.
When him said most of the time, your affiliation everything drag you into certain situation. And I know, I've said this, I'm a big Stonebwoy fan, but I'm a big Ghana music fan as well. I support sarkodie 100%. He knows that. The team that are around him, sarkodie knows that. I love that nigga from the jump. As at the time, I know or my closest competitor, Air Brothers. I was a DJ for the Brothers. Even as at that time, you ask Flo Kingston, he would tell you, he says, Slim has always been a sarkodie fan. What I say?
Yeah.
So that is the level that I want people to know. Ubusa, Missy Busas, Flo Kingston, Busa Kunta Kinti, Sadian, me got to a time in Kumasi, they were calling me a Tama DJ. Why?
Ubosak,
me blaze your munyum back to back to my voice because they were on fire, they were pushing. Ask any artist in Kumasi during that period. Yakob Masa, catch Romo. Catch Romo. Catch Romo, producer, catch Romo, let them know.
Go 5,000.
Okay. When I'm talking about something, unim yes you obi ni mu obi
yeah
unim obi ni mu obi kire enti ebia na amanfo nim because we then again internet age afi no obi crowd afi no ati DJ Slim menye neba so te ase enti me ka se me nsuro a I will tell you the gospel truth. I am not afraid senke no na me pese me ya kama ye agenda oti ase ke ya agenda na pese push I will do it. I know if you do me nothing.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. But because of my affiliation with Stone, and that was, in fact, that has always been the case.
Yeah.
Mr. Tima Amanfoti says, I do not work for BMG. What you say?
Yeah.
But sometimes, because that, maybe a Stone Assembly, how Slim will talk about it, I will not deny. I have a soft spot for Stonebwoy. And if you same way me turn a platform way so I capture the whole world say I have a soft spot for Kimpaluta, but Ojimi me capture straight away. And there are episodes here. Stonebwoy issue I see here. I've forgotten the exact issue. I held him by the scrotum. Me so ni scrotum. Emma Stonebwoy free. I held Chris Waddle, one of the people that I admire the most in this industry. I held Chris Waddle by the scrotum. He also called to give me his directions that the entire can't ask him. And at the end of the day, Misuya be free. Assembly, you see, say, there are some missing parts be or if I need to render apology, I will do that. But don't use your pre-existing idea be a word to say Slim the only Stone into Stone so ne sarkodie and free into and definitely Slim time sarkodie. You are mad if you think on those lines. We are Jimmy 400% if you think on those lines.
But you see,
because if I wanted to push an agenda, I would have done it straight away. Me keep no letter back crying in free so I go feel mention I'm safe. The time I sack nation for or move tweet ya block me Twitter account to maybe no. Omo mention me I say that time na Jack Dorsey na eyene dia. Omo block me maybe. Me I go feel mention sag then troll am. They understand. On what you man say when are you emotional till the chire baby. You understand? So it is not about him.
Okay. So the post, right? Mm-hmm. And I've seen sir obviously
the post could mean anything.
Beam fans not take your offense.
Okay.
With the post. How do you see the post?
Sa post no mame no krenya me anim nie. Timing. Ebe play role ewo.
Do you feel say you genuinely feel say okay?
But what trim anu si with boni omo be ba betwa happy. Esa akogodi omo fufuro ade we when grandma ma cap cat ba phone so ma for di possessive see omo betwa hope o unim timing because sarkodie na nkasa in an interview said timer no ne kondo gari and Osman boy baguzo on to gari mrena. Oh yeah, this was around the time of elections,
Yeah.
Declare results na let me say John Dramani Mahama.
Doom so be by at the Mahama beginning now.
And I say
back to
Gary Soki's like I never left.
And
timing.
And then this is for no holding by the screw.
By the screw too. Oh, they say as a timing, it me ma assembly, isi assembly so. Media. I do not believe.
So or trolley boy.
Because ni junior and Stonebwoy say on no pan or per se or truly na kubit man mention the truly no. I believe it.
No, you know
sarkodie on Stonebwoy that kubit man mention a truly no.
But I'm not sure say Obe mention. Yeah, you know
exactly.
say like Unsro, but
it is on yeah.
He will not do that. Okay.
Just say the na menenam internet so man for be tag me say you say ayi bona
yeah. Or no I hold you by the screw.
You say bona video be na you say or refer to me. Say
or mood in Ukraine me.
Exactly.
No I hold you be by the screw.
What hold you be I'm say I'm share na say na adi we dey be die me because Oh, ntimi mom din. Me da me na mpese me didi na tem. Me boni din se bona o kwasia o jimi. Ampa and message is so jimi because this more kafa last minute hu nyansani bi anka sa asem.
Yeah.
What you say? Kopim so be bibi fofra me hu so ye nyansani no. Still na me books mu di o jimi mame. What you say? Ma boni din na maka because me nsuro no. Ena me nim se ono so ye be ma na e bi opeso o kama asem a. Kobebo me din onye se bia wo. Na se bona nso nsuro me. Meboa. Until we there, you fanto nche minjindi. I do not believe that post
was meant for. Okay.
What the mimi who ye na me person me who
but then
sensitive. It could be sensitive because persons living with disability can actually see that and take offense.
Yeah.
And now you hana a year graduates with disabilities as your mode your petition a year. Presidential staff about Kukushia Omwa. Almost they feel disrespected. Patrol.
Yeah.
In fact, they are being heard.
Yeah.
But they are saying that we are presidential staff at the are. We feel
almost a president and a chief of staff.
Exactly. So people can take a piss at you for anything. I just wanted to verify. Say yes, I campa. Say no one now account ne busan offer. So
what is
offense ben or sadie no but obusa for me ana midiba
Debbie yes mama bisa say do you think say the video na Sark posted and was insensitive in your personal way? If you look at the video,
it is
no timing video. Like
it is a funny video, and I think we should leave it at that.
Say one of the funny clips.
people who feel will take an offense should come out and give us reasons why. I have not taken any offense. Me no video me share no. I look at it from the surface and then I will laugh.
Okay.
But so be a take offense. That is when me Bambi, as maybe an entertainment critic, and try to find out what exactly is happening. Now, Matthias here from an own point of view. But amanfo nyina, amanfo bebre na na say comment bebre ami hu ye no. Na as omasi pampim and Sark Nation for omasi pampim wo obi de achi say if Stonebwoy tweet na convenient friendship. No?
Yeah.
If that tweet wasn't
because they said especially
a video be
yes sir person
no was a kazi wa no be hu ano
zero almost zero sa tweet no was not meant for what for a year stone shatter and Sark.
Okay unim me so metena ha say e can the same thing say listen, I don't believe what Stonebwoy posted was for the two of them. Okay. It could be Zabia no movie.
Yeah, that is what they said.
Yeah, it could be. Same way, sarkodie no so it could be. So no so who funny video be no ede or she be keke. Okay. Simple, we keep it on that level.
But why didn't you make it clear on the tier, especially seeing beam fans for taking offense or the way no. One man answers, oh, Charlie, being fan, you know, let's take it as on the face value. You are not sure, say, wait, because Sark Nation for no will look at this video and say, afterthought, you are trying to what? Run away from your intentions.
But do you, unless you will be a as at that time,
like you see, we are in a what diabolical word. That's what I'm saying. Sir.
So, because
they are saying
there's no way I can also explain it to you for you to understand. So whatever you believe, you can run with that.
They are saying, sir, when Abwa MKs are tweeting,
I said,
I'm out for the LNK to a good way. When Sark so a post have I'm out for LNK to.
But did I link it to Stonebwoy? That should be the question.
You didn't.
Did DJ Slim link Saab video no to Stonebwoy? Me yes, sir.
Darby.
I saw a video of my brother Kojo Sheldon. Yes. I mean, top-notch guy. Sheldon is my dude. It's my homie. One of my goats, bro. Hey. Sheldon say, I shouldn't engage in a game like that. I should leave it for fan-based conversation. But where I'm coming from, there's fandom conversation, there's elite conversation. However, in this world that we are in right now, fandom conversation can also turn into elite conversation sometimes. Into fans need to start
an agenda. Yes.
Now a rival division between artists who were once very good friends. So fans need to meet insight the money see. Me who be that. And to say BB say start here, it is right that you get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Time I me post to you. Now me who so obia kra including and you can only hold me by the balls or the scrotum.
Yeah.
If say tweet na me quote to you no. And nipa ne ka say sarkodie, why are you doing this to Stonebwoy? And I can say, oh, let me go and verify there. Hold me by the scrotum and drag me.
Okay.
But the person is saying, sarkodie of all people doing this. I want to get the exact this is not funny. So, so no kasadia. A friend is saying, if a person is living with disability, one shatter was once ranting about.
Yeah, take offense.
Didn't they take offense?
Yeah.
So I want to know, is that person coming from that angle? But before I do that, I need to verify. Say, post to yampa. Obako ne niyo enozo Listo, right? Sac Nation should understand one thing. Enye saa dede we bi na yenhu bi dawo. Saa de we. Mehua tra. Mehua broso. There's a reaction me here to sarkodie violence.
Yeah.
WMT the so.
And also almost just somehow kaka ne bass wasn't the best at all. Now I say only pot mu make it fun.
Oh, the one the all can and also another
video and also, we also a video I'm almost posted like just say receipt one
sa receipt ni nyina na agenda receipt go twam fin
video
because full tape no
can nyabo be do movie
say full tape no dey to abonten people will get to understand the sense in it so famba peke to e bi no dey akojimi sa na te twake to e bi no dey akotena e bi no rigimi sa amra do koye line we were friends.
I don't go rollers to I don't have the time.
I don't have time. I ain't got no rollers.
Yes.
And I'm going na yongo. And I'm not saying because they felt say Amrado I rap be no did this sarkodie atembo. Until Sac Nation first started say they were moving to Amrado. And I'm saying, Charlie, if there's any group of people on this planet called Earth, I'll move it truly for a work line and I work bar, Sac Nation, you don't have the moral right to do that. Because sarkodie and anka him so onye bar rapper. Sarkodie onu anka him onim. He knows his strength and will capitalize on his strength. He knows. So be drop punchlines near the adeno. Inti edru baby kra no kra talk it down on punchlines say no kra meska na den no problem. Yati ase but he nim say no unim yi ntina o kasa no dear I'll give it to him. He doesn't he is not a bar rapper. Sarkodie will amaze you with his flow, his audibility, his different switches in music. That he can do it and he does it flawlessly. But when it comes to jaw dropping bar, come on, we'll wait as if say a train ship or habo. A train friends aeroplane or habo. Emada sebo trace sarkodie baby yi bar pa forget Emma. But he is strong in other areas and he's so efficient that part doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
What I say, bar doesn't even matter anymore. And come he raps about things that he sees. Right? O drop a line say, I'm the perfect ingredient in an African meal. Call me Irish cream. Defend it.
No, yes, me defend it. I'm just letting you know the concerns out there.
No, me see defend it. Defend it. Me patrol where they fear how be our happy.
Oh yeah.
Obia defend this line we sarkodie line we. I'm the
missing me fan say
ingredient in the
now me fan say okay fans no na o my head.
Mama back or say we speedy rap from kilo to tons.
I don't say you see
Speed, oh, speed.
Yes.
SI unit for speed, no.
Me about fans, no.
Me pacho me
Fans,
for
now.
SI unit for speed.
Velocity, na.
That's the standard of measure for speed. Speed we go in kilometers,
Yes.
meters and kilometers.
Yes, with time.
With time.
Yes.
Kilos
And
tons there.
Because good measure in tons.
Wait
Yes,
a second. My speedy rap from kilo to I say Sanya mano. Say rap who is our line now? Boys sit down to analyze it. That is what happens.
Timo analyzing and believe say work.
Allah work about.
Inti for that matter.
Say fan base they don't have any moral right to go against Amrado because if they are coming straight to sarkodie to check some of his lines was it to the gaga city about free. Offer. So do you understand where I'm coming from? When I give these are facts. These are lyrics in his songs.
Okay. These are
constructive criticism. Constructive. I am enyamena me de kwhye ho ewo ho. And I make catch say some more sack nation, some more call against Amrado. Mo hwe ne ye because mo moto no atente wuro ne tua ho. Mo refer jano so amoto be ejabe tom. So don't do that. Me pacho me kan we ya me di obi atem.
But automatically, when fan base, they will take offense.
No, they can. And as some can say, they should feel free. When you guys disclaimer and say, we are not going to, as if we power biyama. You don't have any power. You are not more shitless. Like you money power biyama.
No, yes,
Media
you see, this
I am saying it. They don't have any power. As if you are saying, we are not going to engage. When there was a time that I was saying that, listen, let's check fan base. And those were the times. So video no me say nka akwa no ko try no inko try no full taper. The reason I brought sarkodie in on that day was your fan base are fooling. I said it in it. Their fan base are fooling. When we are supposed to support somebody to let the person go, then they defy themselves. Now if you be trim. And when Ghana music doesn't go as expected and people are talking about it, sarkodie was later sitting in an interview and say, before you talk about me, we a media guy, I also could BBC. We too also have to elevate your craft before you talk about me. That was when I'm cousin and who means I was upon. Because
insult. Because I don't believe
what I said.
I don't set a standard.
I said what I said.
More expected.
They said your hala sack nation. They said your hala sack nation. You can also equally holler at them and tell them that listen, for Ghana music to get there, we need to support each other. That division shouldn't be there. You can equally do that.
But you know that you can criticize him for not doing that. But to say a pure insult, you know it. Because you are telling him, you are criticizing him, say, also to me then boundaries near there. And also to me then a curve the very top because you believe say why exhausting even the local market into who pushing say uncle way. And also say most of them there is also a standard for because there are other journalists almost BBC. Also say most making sure say
yes we
most upgrading more. You take the challenge.
Exactly.
You take the but when you say you say Rosapa a pure insult, okay. You know it.
As at that time now I think there was a new song that he had done, I think Bob Marley compilation. He was on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Very beautiful piece. I think on that project, he has one of the most beautiful songs on it. Right? We munyina no mu di na tem, shatam nyina no mu di na tem say one ewufuo na akobonyom na. Then they Yan started and check fan base artists no one get involved that. And I know how the artists most of the time try to position themselves when it comes to fan base.
Yeah.
Oh, they munya or more don't get involved.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I understand that. But Ekodru so say, koye international something and you want to whip up numbers, then you start preaching peace. Right? And it is not done that way. You need to cultivate that from the get-go. Say me Crawford they said the atem no near the ade no me anyim free. Say one yam free when it's time for artist A and it gets to your turn and they are moving to you and they want them to stop her. A hypocritical attitude.
Okay.
And about a tory be as a convenient friendship no. I wish Senka Stonebwoy mentions sarkodie. I wish.
But
do you know why?
You know deep down.
Do you know why?
That tweet was directed at them.
Oh, Raddy.
You know deep down your heart. You can play the devil's advocate and make it seem as if
okay, so was that video too for Stonebwoy? Mebusa.
You see that video, there are elements in the video I made to me a discussion I made to my cassette. And yet Stone and all no.
Oh, okay.
Because we know nipa na eden and na twa. Nipa na eden etwa.
Eni ho amputi.
Ono ya amputi. Stone yen twa na nan.
Ti enyo ono.
And a Stone, I think that's at the beginning of maybe an problem no na ukra one stick, but we crack 2 sticks. And then on cross stick beam.
Ti enyo ono.
What I say? The element in the video no
crab,
yeah you can, but the funny aspect say obi asebe ebi a oye we a obono to me bo bi shake sa no ebi no na sack fe but we there the features in the Twitter clearly say 2 people
who clearly don't like themselves.
Exactly. And at that time
even hits that.
At that time, they said the time of reconciliation. You understand? And it was clear or the
me industry and I mean some of the politics that happens in it. When people were moving, especially Shatter fans started the conversation, said without them, Sarkodie wouldn't have been able to do Rapaholic in Kumasi. I was one of the very people who came to sit on this platform. And I'm saying that's a blatant lie. Maybe different the Sarkodie with all my life here on this podcast.
Say your enemy is my enemy.
There be
only SM4 mutia adu awumaso. Only enka nti
I said that want to say between sack and
of course we choose a sack. Between sack and Shatter, we choose. Almost train. You choose Stonebwoy first.
But Shatter so na miskada.
There be. I know them fa
Shatter so na miskada.
I know it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter. Oh, it doesn't matter.
There
are evidence. I'm not sure that there's any. Even our boy fans crowd will not agree with what you are saying. If between almost trainer. You choose Aboy first. If it is between Sack and Shatter, you choose Sack. That one, clear. Oh, a Black Sheriff and a Shatter. Ube choose Black Sheriff.
Okay. May I expose you near maybe ene. Sarkodie, yaka convenient friendship. Politics in the game would make you sometimes be friends with the enemy.
Just to achieve, yes.
Who has numbers just to achieve something. Politics, no. You have to sign a deal with the devil at a point.
Yeah.
The devil in this case might be Shatter. That is quote and unquote. Yeah. Now, when they were dragging that narrative, now, to me, who say a bit little Sarkodie influence or Ashanti region. Of which some podcast we suka say Sarkodie any influence or Ashanti region, then I'm a total liar.
Okay.
Nano kren timimu. He's very powerful in Ashanti region. Me free one neighbor, me nim. How the people talk about Sarko, and it is not just riff-raff we are not be. I know business people, and on that day they were holding. I do baby. Some of the people, big shout outs going out to Super Lovek. And Super Lovek more ne franchise or winning na Lovek condos de la Chichi. Lovek frame holding money to purchase ticket. Ticket for a table was around 15,000. Ye nye bi kranto. Na sikani say we sure senka enye Sarkodie anko beko.
Yeah.
Ka we obi fufuro bi a me mo bi edi mpacho no chama de masama breme. Enko obi fufuro anko beko. E bi anko.
Yeah.
Sametna holisto.
Yeah.
Na obi be little Sarkodie impact. Abra mi nimpe fe se say na ekoswa. Me ye trofo. So I will stand against that. Do I still believe that Shatter's impact or inclusion in the numbers? Yeah. Yes. But for that narrative to thrive, Abra Sarkodie aye show ne die, I will not sit there for it to happen.
Okay.
Same way, se shataye, no invite sarkodie was so namo bechere me se Sark Nation for start in komo say sarkodie intina sa I will not sit there for it to happen. Abra me nimpe face shatter also has the numbers enough to do that. Yeah, establishing when there is a truth, when there's a fact.
Yes.
Yeah, establishing sadie no. Na yen nyina ho nye dey. Ento yen.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
May wrap it up at the same way I wrap it up. Say anybody who go around all in the name of fan base and will want to disrespect and I say would want to throw dust into people's eyes just for clout and I say I would really entreat you to be a little bit cautious, especially if say unyo be a ujina unasu pia, because there are some people who take it very, very deep, because I've been in conversations where people are like, we were canceling away from home. Because I shared my 2 cents on this. There's a reason why industry players be brave, and I say people who really know much don't talk on social media these days. Because fan base will take it into a different context and start spinning it. Meno, you can take my issues, cut it into several pieces, and do whatever you want with it. I don't give a rat's ass about it. Men fa hon kra. Men ma boom trumu powder na menam hon. What you say? And I mean takra na ibia pepampo. Me my bodam on sa level na pepe na mo dwen sama bodam no. But when it comes to industry conversations and when we want to have it, I can equally tell you the truth of the game. And the truth still remains, say, I have nothing against any of these people. I only talk about it when it matters.
Okay.
In the case where yekasa akodi asem, na minimbi fa ho meka based on my experience. Meka ye can be about shatter. Na minimbi fa ho based on my experience. Meka. With that being said, and chesa me nko ami trim na nyansa ye de. Ewo. Enu nti na mpanyufo se ye de ye toatoa. Intimate makabi na list won so ye de wo di bi aka ho. Say asem no wo kan list wo kan na nyina wo hana atoma mu asem list we kan. Na nkwa onya me kra na bi ameka comment section wo be kokra. Exactly. So I do not hate anybody. I want you to get that clear. But if you think I hate anybody, and for that reason, for that purpose, you feel you want to drive any agenda, feel free and drive it. And stop now. Friends say, we want to, dear Sark Nation, we want to desist from, then the mobile trobian who ever prepare the fact say, Stonebwoy akobo OVO. Whatever you write online right now, your tweets, your trolls, and people, when say it is not going to take away the fact that people went there and enjoyed.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, venue now kasa send the amount for emails. I want you to watch this. Venue no send the amount for emails. Asking say, how was the experience that they got at the concert? Or you say otrophony or so.
Now, say no, you almost pay feedback. Ebiana feed the feedback. No, na say na curtains na esoso.
And no na mpesa me cho say senka akobon wo mfichire venue bi.
Yeah, and you not get sawe.
Venue bi sa mfichire venue no send the patrons.
Okay.
Message in so mo say feedback you saying how do we improve out?
Okay.
Abo adwene ni. Abo adwene
because adwene
ni do ho.
And then between one Sark Nation, Shatter Sark 4. Any old videos be on my way. And I think it's why I explaining ya. Maybe the part me believe it's one can ye nanu no there. And we are off the bar. And there even as a radio personality, there are certain words you name say vulgar, you don't have to use it.
Intimate pacho.
Yes. So I say nanu say we
shiana me panicho.
Say the fans for one person
because now the more fan na me panacho no
so who use medium. What I say who use medium bit say medium bit say what video. So we want you to retract that particular side. Say na no hu you know the blatant insult. And I'm not sure say Sark did what them that.
David.
Wow say what onua, wow say what danfo, wow say what bra. Only di what them that. Nti
but also me share no because me share
that we know.
I want you to watch this video. Welcome back. Share. Oh, share me no catch you say slim asema who can we here. I take it as an insult.
Obey.
Ono also what adwuma na see o. Wa won chain na wo fa na person na wo na how na wo BP cost row.
Well. Any infancy as here na comment section no. Omra still. Sack Nation. Video be will be a move famra.
Pull it more.
Pulling in amra. You make sure say you be holding it by the scrotum. Yes. Now
keep it real.
Because the streets
is always
watching.
You don't know these streets like we do.
We show.